We're back. We are back. Welcome everyone to Sharks Fan TV. Thanks for joining in. This is Sharks Fan TV with your boy Humphrey, where we're keeping it black and white. Nothing else matters. Here's the badge. Here's the badge. I'm glad to be back, guys. It's been quite a while since I've spoken to you, since I've put out a video out there, and tough month, tough 2 months that I've experienced in terms of just emotions up and down, in terms of work as well. But I'm glad to be back talking about Sharks. We're about to engage in this Pro 14 Rainbow, this hybrid of a tournament. And I'm gonna explain why we started this late. We were supposed to start on the 17th, and then it shifted to a 23rd, and then May 1st, which is today, if you're watching on Saturday. As always, or as to begin, I'd like to say thank you for your support. Thank you for your patience. Thank you, everyone. Keep liking and sharing the video. Here we talk about rugby, we talk about Sharks, Chelsea Sharks. If you're a fan of rugby, you're missing it if you miss Sharks Fan TV. So like, subscribe, and share, and comment also in the video if you like it. Thumbs up, everyone, on all of that. So let's get into it. So a bit of house cleaning, guys. What I wanted to say is we're about to engage in Pro 14 tournament. However, there's been a change. So here's the news breakdown that has happened in the past couple of weeks, past 2 weeks. I was waiting for news to unfold each and every day, just to update you guys on it. And finally, I have an opportunity to do so. So let's get into it. To begin with, the Pro 14 Rainbow Cup was supposed to have 16 teams from Italy, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland competing. Oh, and South Africa, obviously, competing. 5 countries across the sea, across the borders, competing in this Pro 14 Rainbow Cup. 16 teams, but it's still called Pro 14, so that's why it was called a Rainbow Cup, because it was gonna be inclusive of every team represented by 5 countries. However, South Africa's participation in the overall tournament was muddled a bit by the COVID-19. You know, we're going through this pandemic as well, and since January or December last year, we've had the SA variant of COVID-19. It has a special name, is SAR-5. I don't know how, SAR-5, I don't know how it's called, but there's an SA variant, and UK put restrictions for traveling. So Wales is part of UK. Ireland, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, please forgive me, but they're part of UK, and they put restrictions that SA should not travel, or people from SA should not travel directly from South Africa to the UK. Those restrictions were being negotiated in the last month of April, and unfortunately they didn't get a deal done. So instead of the Pro 14 happening from the 23rd of April, they gave 1 week for the fixtures just to change, and for the tournament just to change, so that they can accommodate SA. So here's the breakdown. It's gonna be Pro 14 North, or Northern Pro 14 as it's called, and Pro 14 Rainbow Cup South. So we're gonna have 2 tournaments. So the Northern Hemisphere will have Pro 14 Rainbow North, and it will consist of 12 teams. And during this period, we'll break down each and every one of those 12 teams. We are all interested in the Pro 14 now that we are in that tournament. So that's Pro 14 North. Of the 12 teams, they will be divided into 2 pools of 6. 2 teams from Ireland, 2 teams from Wales, and 1 each from Italy and Scotland. That makes 6 teams in each pool, Pool A and Pool B. In those pools, each team will play 5 games. Just once, they're meeting once with each other, and the 6th they will have a bye, so it will run 6 weeks. Each team having one bye week and playing 5 games, playing against each other once. Pool B will do the same thing, consisting of 6 teams, 2 from Ireland, 2 from Wales, 1 each from Scotland and Italy, and they will meet each other once. So each team will play 5 games as explained, and then the team who top the group of each pool will meet in a final running from 23rd of April to 19th of June. 6 weeks, 5 games on each team, and the top 2 teams that will top the groups, the 2 groups or the 2 pools will meet in a final on 19th of June. Now, Pro14 Rainbow Cup SA. It will be hosted in SA. Due to travel restrictions, we could not cross borders. So we're gonna have 4 teams competing. They will meet each other home and away. We know all the 4 teams that will be there: Sharks, Bulls, Stormers, and Lions. Sorry, that was a brain freeze. So Sharks, Bulls, Stormers, and Lions will compete in the Pro14 Rainbow Cup South. It will start from 1st of May, which is on Saturday, and end on the 12th of June. So just 1 week before the other tournament. So the winner will be the one who tops the group. So we'll play home and away. Three games home, 3 games away of the 4 teams. So that's the breakdown so far of how it happened. And now, how it came about was, since we left the Super Rugby in 2020 due to COVID-19 restrictions, Australia and New Zealand hosted their own. Australia are playing Super Rugby. Australia and New Zealand are playing Super Rugby Aotearoa. So you can see even the countries that play Super Rugby, they are hosting the tournament within the country, and they're playing teams within that country. So it's not a new phenomenon that we're playing against each other. We played like that in the Super Rugby Unlocked last year, to this year, and we reached the finals, meeting the Bulls. Unfortunately, we didn't go all the way, and the Bulls won the Super Rugby Unlocked. Then we met in the Currie Cup before that. Also, Bulls won that, but we played against South African franchises. So it's not a new thing that we are playing against teams in South Africa, but it's due to the COVID-19 restrictions that we're playing like that. Okay, so that is Pro14, and the first fixture will be Chelsea Sharks versus Stormers, which will be at 1 p.m. SA Standard Time. 1 p.m. SA Standard Time. So hopefully we go into that tournament ready, and I want to win something. You know, there's so much excitement in this tournament, so I want to win something. It will be aired in the UK as well. It will be aired here. All the games will be live, and I can't wait to watch them. And we'll talk about that in another video, the preparation for that fixture, the warm-up of the tournament. Now, let's look at who, because this is Who Are They series. Let's look at who we're gonna meet. Of course, we know this contender, we know this team, but in case you don't know much about the team, I'm gonna break it down a bit on who are they. So Stormers, as they're called, DHL Stormers, because they're sponsored by DHL, obviously. They were formed in 1997 as the Union of Western Rugby Club. So Western Rugby was their parent club, and out of it was born the DHL Stormers. They were just called simply Stormers by then, and this is due to Super Rugby being launched in Southern Hemisphere. So remember, Super 12, South Africa, New Zealand and Australia were participating, and they needed a franchise to go into that tournament. So Stormers were born in 1997. Their home stadium was the Newland Stadium. Now, just before that, let me just go back. As the parent club is Western Province, so in local tournaments they are competing as Western Province. In Southern Hemisphere tournaments, they were competing as Stormers. So let's look at the history of Western Province. Western Province was founded as Western Province Rugby Football Union in 1883. No one was there by then. No one alive right now, I hope, was alive when Stormers were formed in 1883. Obviously, they are in Western Cape. They are based in Western Cape, and their stadium is the Newlands, like I mentioned. And in 1889, it was called the Board's Trophy, but right now we know it as the Currie Cup, the oldest rugby trophy in South Africa, arguably in the world. Was born in 1889, and Western Province won the inaugural Currie Cup. So in total, Western Province has won 34 Currie Cup trophies, 4 of them which they shared with other teams, and the latest one that they won was 2017 Currie Cup. So they have 34 trophies. They participated also in Lions Cup, which they won 3, and we know about Vodacom Cup, which was a feeder tournament to the Super Rugby, which they won in 2012. So they have 1 trophy in the Vodacom Cup, 1 trophy in the Lions Cup, and 34 trophies in the Currie Cup. Now 36 in total. So they are a very successful team, not to be played with, rich history, and like I said, Newland Stadium. Let's look at Newland Stadium briefly. Newland Stadium was built and completed in 1888 of a capacity of 51,900. Not all of them seated, but that's the full capacity. They have a section where it's standing, and that's you can call it culture in SA Rugby, because also the Loftus Stadium has it, Emirates Lions Stadium has it, and the Shark Tank, they have a standing section. So 1888 it opened up, and it was renovated in 1919, and it's ran for over 100 years, like we know. And last tournament to be hosted there was a semi-final of the Super Rugby Unlocked between Sharks and Western and Stormers in February of 2021. So that was the final game that was hosted there, and now they're playing in the new Cape Town Stadium. It's not new right now, but it's still new, built for the 2010 Soccer World Cup, and that is their new home right now. So we are meeting them in this tournament, and I'm glad that we are starting this tournament. I hope that was a brief history. I'll tell you about some of their standout players. We have Stephen Kishoff and Franz Malhelbre, who are their standout performer. Honorary mentions are Rachel Yantis, Damien Willemse, and former Sharks Peter Step-Dutoy, who's been lighting up the Springboks. So as you can see, they have a lot of Springboks in their team, current team, and it's gonna be a very tough game that we're gonna be hosted. But we'll talk about it. But last time we met, we beat them in the semi-finals, go to the finals of the Super Rugby Unlocked. So I hope that it's gonna be a very, I'm just excited. It's gonna be a very good game tomorrow. So that is Who Are They series for now, guys. Join me next time as we tackle the next team in South Africa, and we'll tackle also other teams in the Super Pro 14. We're saying Super Rugby. Pro 14 Rainbow Cup Northern Hemisphere. We'll look at teams like Zebre, Connacht, Edinburgh. We'll look at Munster and current champion Leinster from Wales. So hope to see you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please keep on liking, sharing, and subscribing. And don't forget to join to watch more of Sharks Fan TV, where we're keeping it black and white. Nothing else matters.